row of olive trees, and then next to the row of olive trees was a cemetery. All right, so we're already to 17th Street, so we're gonna go. It is Thursday. We're going through the forest. Starting off in Irvine on DuPont Drive. DuPont. Oh, DuPont. That word. So I used to drink a beer called Saison DuPont. I think they called it something like a farmer's ale or something like that. It's from God, I can't remember what country it was from. It was like a green bottle. It was really good. Probably like, $5 or $6 for a little bottle you could fill up a pint glass with. These guys are going to actually turn, we can go. Just can't trust everybody here. Alright, who's coming off the freeway? Coming in hot, y'all. It's horrible, but they have plenty of time to see. This is a turning lane. Gotta be careful. These people will decide to turn all of a sudden. It's uncanny. That's what riding legally gets you. That type of situation. It's horrible. Clouds are looking beautiful. Look at that. So I took a little video of these clouds. Man, that is just amazing. Now, if you look up in that clear patch right there, you can see there's a little orb, a little UFO up in there. Wow. Amazing. It looks so rad. Oh my God. Look at it above us. Look at that. Oh, that texture in those clouds is, oh man, unbelievable. So cool looking. I took a video. I just did a circle around me when I was walking to get ready to leave. So I don't know if that'll be in the video or not, but it probably will be. Doesn't look as good as this though. So I guess we really have to, I know I said I wasn't going to worry about delivering variety to the channel. I mean, other than, I didn't mean that I didn't want to like do variety, but I wasn't going to let that be a constraint that would keep me from taking the same route 2 times in a row, you know what I mean? So with that being said, I think we're gonna take Flower Street just to switch it up a little bit. It's a great bike path. It's a little bit out of our way, but not much. I used to take Bristol a lot too, but the Bristol videos never really do that good, and it's just unnecessary to it's a really dangerous street to ride on. There is some protected bike lanes on Bristol, but I spent a lot of time on Bristol when we were doing the hotel thing, and I don't really feel like I'm missing out on anything that far away. I mean, if I get in the future, when I get a faster bike or a bigger battery, you know, we can start going further. But we want to stay. I want to just stay within my within my means. But I don't see any reason why we can't go a little bit out on Flower Street. Too Fast, Too Furious, man. They were legit Fast and Furious. It's just so, like, so annoying, man. It makes me, like, so frustrated to look at that beautiful electric XP 2.0 over there. It just makes me so frustrated the way people are, man, in these automobiles. Like, if you want to put your own life at risk, like driving like a maniac, like, do it somewhere where there's no other cars or people. Look how awesome these sunflowers are. I should go talk to somebody over here and ask if I could ride my bike around their little area. Private property. Look at these fields. Oh, she gets a photo in front of the sunflowers. So beautiful. Tanaka Farms. That must be Miss Tanaka right there. They got a new fence up with some pumpkins. Some beautiful pumpkins in there. Oh, you could go that way. So these people are at Tanaka Farms. I see. So they're open for people to come and buy their own, pick out their very own pumpkin. So the entrance must be off of this street, Anton. So I've never gone, we've gone to pumpkin patches before. We used to go do all that kind of stuff, but haven't done it in a long time. There's a nice pumpkin patch at Irvine Park with like a hayride and all that stuff. Ah, so we have a story. So you just gotta let the stories come naturally. So it's October 2nd. So I think we can talk about Halloween now, can't we? So as I've talked about before, I grew up, I went through 1st through 8th grade at a Christian school out in the country. Out in the middle of the orange groves and there was olive groves nearby, rolling foothills, the country life. And every year we would have, we wouldn't have a Halloween party, we'd have an autumn festival. And so the schoolhouse was pretty old. It was, probably from like 1900. And just a classic, had a basement and then 2 levels, kind of built into the side of this bank, and had a little grass park area around the side of it that we would all sit down and eat lunch at. Mulberry trees. And then our field, like our football field and our sports field, was just a massive adobe dirt field, and then we had some basketball courts, and then we had a row of olive trees, and then next to the row of olive trees was a cemetery, which I think that's where I wouldn't say fascination, but my love for cemeteries, that's where that comes from, is because I spent a lot of time walking around looking at the tombstones at that cemetery as a young kid, and my friend Justin that I've talked about before lived catty corner from the school in an old haunted 2-story house. So anyway, so the Autumn Festival was amazing. I can't really, we had a gymnasium in a building that was connected to the schoolhouse, and inside of there is where we would have all the different games, your classic games, beanbag toss, and stuff like that, and probably the bobbing for apples or whatever, and I don't know, I can't remember all the games that were in there, paint your face, I don't know, but and then outside I'm sure there were games too, and a bunch of hay bales. They would do like a little hay bale maze, and that was it. But it would take place at night, and we also had a hayride. So being that it's in the country, we were like well equipped for a hayride. So they would use like this flatbed trailer connected to you know, I had those removable rails around it, and then it's connected to, you know, a big old giant, you know, John Deere tractor. And there was houses, you know, out there, but they're all few and far between, and they're always on a massive plot of land. And, you know, some of the houses were people that would go to our church, I'm sure, and, you know, they would have their jack-o'-lanterns out in front of their houses. And then, but on these hay rides, you know, they had the bales of hay on the inside of the stake bed trailer, just like you would expect. But on the hayride, I mean, they were awesome. Like, because we would take this tractor with its, you know, the lights weren't massive on it. It wasn't like one of the new, you know, commercial tractors that you think about that would be, you know, not those huge giant ones. It was just a regular sized tractor. So it just had the, you know, the smaller lights on it. They weren't super bright, but they were bright enough where we could see where we were going. But they had, the path that they would go on was so long, and you would go in the orchards. So you're on this tractor, on this hay bale ride, going through these creepy orchards, and then going by people's houses that, like I said, that were all decorated. It was so awesome. And then at the end of the festival, like, we would have a bonfire, and this bonfire was massive. It was so massive. Like, it wasn't like a bonfire where you could like go up to it and like get warm. It was humongous, because the people that would work, that lived around there, they would trim their trees, and they just had these huge piles of brush. So they'd have this massive ceremonious bonfire, and like, you couldn't get near it, you know, you had to stay 50 feet away from this bonfire. Pretty awesome. Yeah, I miss that. Like, I miss that for my kids, because, like, you know, we have Halloween parties for schools, you know, but it's just not, it's not like that, you know. It was the same when we had our Christmas, what do they call it? It's a Christmas, I don't know what it's called. We do like a Christmas play at the church, so we would all have our parts, and at Christmas time, and it was at night, and we would dress up like whatever characters in the story of Jesus, you know, that we happened to get. And then we'd even have to go up to the microphone and read the story. You know, you have to memorize your words and do all that stuff. You know, you might dress up like one of the wise men, or you might be lucky and you could be Jesus, baby Jesus. Yeah, I think baby Jesus. I don't remember what they used for Jesus. They probably just used a doll. You could be like Joseph or Mary, and whoever else is in the story. It's been a long time. I don't really remember everything. But like nowadays, it's so different for the kids. You know, they don't get to have that kind of experience. There's nothing like growing up in the, wow, is that guy okay to drive? See that? Yeah. So they ripped this whole pool out over here. We'll have to come here on a morning ride. Maybe we'll take Flower Street on the way to work tomorrow, and we can see what kind of progress they're making on the pool. I think it's just all demo work. They'll probably just fill it up with concrete or something. Oh, don't go too fast there. So most of the time when I take this route, I'm just flying down the street. We're gonna kind of take it a little more chill. Take it a little more. Take it easy. Take it easy, y'all. Los fanáticos. Los fanáticos. I wish we had a neighborhood taco truck. We do, actually. We have one on Collins and yeah, on Collins and Tustin Street we have one, but not quite close enough. Oh, I just ran over a piece of metal, flat tire. I have gotten a flat tire on this route before. Ah, this is pretty nice. I'm glad we went this way. We're gonna get a decent bike lane coming up. Which is nice. What else did we do at the Autumn Festival? Yeah, I guess growing up, going to that school, I mean, it was a pretty rough environment for me because I came from a home where there was drinking, there was, you know, my parents used bad words, and all the other families that I went to school with were so different than us. And so what was acceptable at my house was absolutely not acceptable at my school. And so periodically I would get in trouble for that, you know, for language or whatever. I was a good student. I got good grades. We had a, you know, anybody that came out of that school was pretty smart. But, you know, if you got in trouble, they had corporal punishment. I mean, if you say a bad word, you're gonna get spanked, you know, with a big giant paddle, which is just unbelievable to me. So I got to experience that before, which was really shocking to me because my parents, we never got punished, you know what I mean? Like, I never really did anything to get in trouble at my house, but I'd go to school and I felt like I was this horrible person. It was just really strange. But yeah, my parents, I don't remember my parents ever spanking me. I think probably, like, I was really afraid of my parents. But I think probably when I was little, like before I can remember, you know, like when I was a toddler, I'm sure that's why, right? So I'm sure as a toddler, they were probably, I doubt my dad was, but my mom could have been hands-on. So that scared me. Or I know that she would definitely was hands-on with my sister, and I have an older sister for sure. She's told me stories, and my brother, maybe. But I think maybe I saw a lot of things when I was little, so I was afraid of them, you know. But I never really did anything to get in trouble anyway. My parents were hardly ever around. But getting back to the school, it was called Zion Lutheran. You can check it out. It's called Zion Lutheran. It's in a town called Terabella. It's still there. They don't have as many students now. Like, this was during the 80s. And, you know, the 80s, 90s were just a couple of great decades, you know. Things were different, like a lot different in the 80s, you know. People were not so isolated, and you're always out doing stuff. So the school, even though my parents didn't go to the church, so the reason why we ended up going to that school was because my brother was having it was challenging for him at the public school. He wasn't learning as, you know, very good, and at that school my parents heard that, you know, that they could they spend more time with the students and helping them learn. So he was having some learning challenges. So he's 5 years older than me, so since he went there, I ended up going there too. So they didn't go to the church, but all the friends I hung out with on the weekend, they would go to church. So if I went and spent the night at somebody's house, you know, on Saturday, I had to go to church on Sunday. And then a lot of times, like after church, in that park, the one where we ate lunch at, they would have potlucks and, you know, play softball and just have these massive get-togethers, you know, a couple hundred people. Maybe not a couple hundred, like 100 people out there, like all the older, it was like a family. All the older people from the congregation, all the way down to the kids. So it was fun. And my parents never went to them, but if they didn't go and I wasn't with a friend, I seem to think that I would get dropped off there so I could go to these potlucks. And yeah, it was country life. It was awesome. I remember one of my favorite things there is they would make, every time we did like a picnic or a potluck or something like that, they always made tons of homemade ice cream. They had all those hand mixing things for homemade ice cream, and you could just, like, it was just there. You could get bowl after bowl after bowl, just go scoop yourself some ice cream. Sodas. Cornbread, chili.
Not really, but I mean, I don't know nothing about that.
Anyway, my kids will never experience that. We've become very isolated. All our family moved away. We had family in Temecula, but they got tired of the politics of California and moved to Texas. I mean, they had to end up moving to Arizona and Washington, and now they're in Texas. So that was my kids' only opportunity to have family. You know, we had an aunt, uncle, and cousins. But they abandoned us. They told us we could move to Texas. We're like, we're not Texans, man. Like, we're gonna always be California, no matter what, through the thick and thin. I love California, and I've been to other states, and So that's unfortunate for my kids that, you know, that's part of the problem these days is people don't put, like when they say family first, they're just talking about their immediate family. They don't consider their extended family, you know? And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate for the kids that they're never gonna experience that, you know? They're never gonna know what it's like to, you know, hang out and have barbecues and have Christmas together and Thanksgiving together. It really does, it like breaks my heart that they didn't consider those things, man. All because of stupid politics. It's not like you moved to Texas to like have a better life. It's not better. It's just as expensive. Nothing better about it. Anyway, we don't want to get into too much of that. Wow, look at that clock tower. That's so cool. Willard. Well taken care of. Does it have a year on it? It does, but I can't read it. I'll have to come by in the morning. It says 18 something. Alright, so we're already to 17th Street. So we're gonna go ahead and go all the way to Santa Clara. So we're gonna, once we cross 17th Street, we're gonna be in Floral Park, one of the affluent neighborhoods, old affluent neighborhoods of Santa Ana. And then we'll go all the way up to Santa Clara, make a ride on Santa Clara, then we're gonna end up in our old normal stomping grounds where we'll go see if Santiago Park might be done. The landscaping looked really good. It looked like they just had to pour a little bit of concrete for the sidewalks, so we'll see. We might get lucky. And then we'll take Santiago Creek Trail. This is a pretty fast route, I'll have to admit. Actually, to make it less boring, let's kind of do a little zigzag our way over to Maine. Wow, look at these houses, look at that. So awesome. Let's make a lefty. This is a Halloween kind of neighborhood right here. This looks like something from a old horror film or something. Look at this. Wow, look at that. Freaking spooky. Sleepy Hollow. The Most Beautiful Yard Awards. Okay. Congratulations. Wow, imagine living here. It's almost painful going through neighborhoods like this. To think I'm the age that I'm at and like I've never owned a house, man. But hopefully we'll be able to buy a house before, like, and pay it off before we die, so my kids can have a house and not have to go through the same struggle we went through. It's awesome. That's the thing though, man. It's like everybody, like, what's this? House, horse. What's that say? Horse surprised by lion. Kulin garden. So this is all sculpture. Interesting. Pretty nice. But like how families don't stick together anymore, they all break up into, instead of putting their resources together and like really just sticking together like that, everybody breaks off to their own individual wars. Like we have no culture anymore. But we're the beginning of that, that's what we're trying to instill in our kids, like, you guys need to stick together and put your resources together, I don't want them to feel like, oh, I'm 18, I gotta move out, and try to figure out how to make it on my own. Or start charging them rent to stay in my house. Like, I'm not gonna do that, man. I'll be giving them everything I have until I die, because that's the way it's supposed to be. Here we are at a Broadway. My posse's on Broadway. These guys take an interesting route. Oh. There you go, fire it up, buddy. Go watch for people popping out right here. Ooh, for rent. Be a nice spot to live. Oh wow, look at this. Oh, I guess I've just never seen it from this side. I feel like it looked like they tore a building down. My posse's on Broadway. I see a wheelchair on the sidewalk. We can go straight too. Oh, I guess we're going this way. We can go around the wheelchair. You need help? You okay? Okay. Oh, no, I don't. I'm sorry. I have these things. She wanted a cigarette and money, but I don't have any money or cigarettes. Thought she might need help, oh man, getting across the road. She's like, no, do you have any cigarettes? Let's just go, we're gonna go to the next intersection. Go behind this car and we'll turn with the light. I think we can get in. That guy's going in, y'all. We can go in. Oh man, I'm so excited. As long as this guy doesn't get us busted. I don't know if I can wait for the light. Yes, dude. Let's make sure we're still filming. Oh yeah, baby. All right, yeah, this is taking too long. Dude. Yes, yes. Oh. Santiago Park, y'all. Here we go. Going through their concrete form. Oh, dude, here it is, y'all. I don't know if we're gonna be able to make it out. That's the only problem. Look at this. Let's go on this. Wow, man. This looks so good, so nice. Look at this grass. Ooh, I wonder what they're gonna do on that side. Yeah, we might not be able to make it out there. I think there's a security guard over here. That's all right, we can see how this guy gets out. It's too bad they didn't redo this too. This is so nice. What's up, bro? No exit?
It's closed.
Can we cut any wires? There's gotta be a way. I could cut the wires. But I'm on camera, I don't want to do that. I wonder if I can go down right there. Should we just go down right here? Well, that looks rugged, dude. We could definitely do it though. There's got to be an easier way down there. That's okay. We got to see it at least. This new bridge. There's got to be an open fence over here. So I can get in, but the way that I would get in is not very nice. I can cut the wires to the that hold these panels together. Really, very easy. Oh, I think this one's not even connected, y'all. I think this one's. Oh yeah, they have two panels up. What's up, man? Just checking out the new part of the park.
How'd you get in there?
They opened up the panels on the other side, but they still got to pour concrete over there.
I see.
And so I was like, I was pretty sure I was gonna get stuck over here, but I couldn't resist. It looks so nice, yeah.
I mean, I can't resist. I wish I could go across.
Yeah, it's really nice. I bring my kids here as well, so. Hi. All right, have a good day.
You too.
Just your friendly Orange County commuter, y'all. There's got to be a way down there, though. So I could have went down by that bridge right there, but it's pretty damn steep, all this. Ooh. Oh shoot, we're busted, y'all. I didn't see any signs, so. Oh, look at this, is breached right here. There's probably people in there though. Yeah, dude, we could definitely go through here, but I'm not gonna go. There's no reason to go through there. That just comes out at main place. Oh, nice. All right, well, we got to check it out. So they still have a little work to go do, a little more concrete work, and then we'll be ready. How much time did we see? It's only been 48 minutes, man. We're still good. Take off my sunglasses. Oh yeah. Oh, we can see good. The wall rider. Remember, this is where I did the wall ride. So I think I might just publish this. I know I did an afternoon video yesterday, but I'm 2 videos behind. So maybe just to catch us up for the weekend, I'll do this video tonight. Let's go off-road. Man, she had a 1-wheel. So there's this guy right here. I know I watched him before, but I never watched him up close. So this guy's on his skateboard shooting bows and arrows. It's pretty good. I think that's the thing. That's what I said last time I saw him. So I've gone down here before too. Down this crazy trail. But nothing exciting, just trouble. That's it. Let's go take Gypsy Lane. So Pickles is over here somewhere. Still haven't heard from the neighbor about taking some treats to the dog yet. Look what they're making over here. Here, take a look at what's going on over here, because I can't see. Violators will be prosecuted. Oh. This is not the most stable bike. Doggy, 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 doggy. Yeah, this bike feels so loose, like it's gonna fall apart. So we got a nice view of the clouds. It's 56 minutes, so it looks like we're gonna take the whole hour and 5 minutes. Might not even make it. Yeah, let's publish this video. We're gonna have double afternoon videos. The last afternoon video was actually a night ride because halfway through the video it got dark on us. So I think this will be a great video. So I keep getting, I need to figure out the thumbnail. So yeah, my thumbnails apparently suck. So when I do thumbnails, it looks different to me. You know, I'm just like trying to pick something in the thumbnail that I like the way it looks, and then I play with the color and light so it looks like a good picture, like something you would blow up and put on your wall, rather than a thumbnail, which the intention is to get people's attention. Because you don't get to see the thumbnail long enough anyway, where you're like, oh, I like the way they did the colors there on them clouds. That looks really cool. Like, that's not what it's not about the aesthetic. It's about, you know, you want it to be like a concert flyer. So I don't know. I don't know what to do there. Maybe I'll have my daughter like take a picture of me. And then like, yeah, I'll have my daughter take a picture of me like standing by my bike. And I'll make that like a big picture in front of something that I rode past today. I don't know, I'll come up with something. I don't know, whenever I see a video though, like that just shows like handlebars, like you can tell somebody's riding, like I always look at those videos. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have her take a picture of me standing by my bike, and then I'm gonna put my hands down like that, like I'm pointing at the wind horse, and I'll put 6,500 miles on a budget bike with a big question mark. So I contacted another e-bike company today. They're called Ufree. So Electrified Latina just did a review of one of their bikes. Man, pretty nice bikes. So it's EUPHREE, Ufree. It used to be every time I'd come down this path, a dog would always bark at me and chase me along the fence. Now they don't do it anymore. What's going on down here? There we go. What are these called? Incumbent bikes or something like that? I think everybody who I've ever seen that rides one of those kinds of bikes always has the tie-dye shirt on. I don't think I've ever seen anybody ride one that didn't have spandex and tie-dye on. Oh, there's my phone. Hello? Alright. Probably like 3 minutes. Okay. Yeah, I'll be home in a few minutes. I'm on I'm on the bike path. Alright, bye. Wow, look at the sky. This is a beautiful, gonna be a beautiful sunset, man. Wow. Wow, such a nice evening. Alright, well thank you so much for watching my video. This would be so boring if I didn't have you guys to share this with, so it really means a lot to me when you guys watch my video and make comments. Keeping the fire alive. And I don't think I told anybody but I did. I didn't put that video out. I put a video out where I was talking to, man, this is gonna die. Anyway, I'll have to talk about it next video. About some of the e-bike review channels I've talked to since I've been riding. I've talked to several of them. I've been ghosted by 2, but I've had 4 of the major ones respond to me and talk to me. So we'll catch you on the next one.